got the beautiful ladies with me tonight. They're gonna help me look at the seats. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Mod Garage YouTube channel, and you are watching the C10 Turbo build here tonight. We are going to be working at the seats I bought for this pickup truck. Seats are hanging out over here at the side. They are Acura seats. Nothing fancy. We're gonna get this interior cleaned out. I think I will do the driver's seat first. That way I know exactly where that seat's gonna be in relation to the steering wheel, shifter, foot pedals, all that, before I do the passenger seat, side seat, so we can mount them the exact same way. We are working at the back end, and as you see, it is painted. And we are trying to get this thing ready to put the bed on. I have done some updates to the 4-link suspension, adding the piece across the front there. I'll put the footage in from that night. I've watched some Ford 9-inch rears become detached from their 4-link welding brackets. From here back is what I had welded on there. So this whole front half of the Ford 9-inch rear here was not braced up. And I didn't want that thing breaking loose and flying forward, because the force is wanting to pull out of this piece. So I added these pieces in. Basically they're just like the rear, a little different. I think they're a little bit smaller, but got those welded in there. But as far as what we have been doing, the brake lines I had got finished up, got that line up there. I just need to put a zip tie around here so that thing stays there. I think the rest of them will be all right. The brake lines are tight, no leaks. They work. The parking brakes actually work. I did have to change the actual spacer that I had in one of the previous videos. It was too short, so I had to make it just a little bit longer. We got it working. It works really good now with the pedal all the way to the floor. It is latched completely tight. As far as the alignment goes, I'm not sure exactly how close we are. I'm gonna have to do some measuring on that before we put the bed on, because it's gonna be easier messing with these bars with the bed off. Moving to the front here, I had some footage of putting the hot side together. I will put that in right here. Alrighty guys, we got some really cool parts here to put on tonight. Okay. And this side header. Work. Tight fit. Get this other 2 sensor tightened down. We got the hot side all done, and we're gonna start this thing up and see how it sounds. There we go. Now that looks sweet. All right, I had a misfire there when we started up the first time. I'm gonna start this up again. Fuel map still needs tuning, but the air fuels are reading now, so that's great. Still needs some fuel on the idle, but listen to that. That just sounds so good. Oh man. What we plan to do today is get that bed put on and then move to the engine bay, because I have some updates for the interior. Then I got my 3-compartment tank done, and we had talked about this in one of the previous videos way back in the wintertime, and this thing finally got finished up. If you guys remember, I was talking about doing a catch can, windshield washer fluid, coolant overflow combination tank, and that's what this exactly is. And this first one here is windshield washer fluid. It's the biggest tank. It's like half the reservoir, so it's about a gallon. And at this point it only has the fill cap in it. I did not put any other ports in for that black tank because I was concerned about the other 2 tanks. This one is the coolant overflow. I think it's about 1.5 quarts or so, maybe 2 quarts. I'd have to do the measuring again, but that's going to have a heater hose coming right into the bottom there from the top of the radiator over to here. That will be for that, and I'll have to drill a little pinhole in here so air can escape. And then the back one, we have the oil catch can, and this needs welded to this bracket yet. This is the oil catch can, and this one got a couple fittings on. The fitting down here is for a remote drain. I'm gonna have a line running down to the bottom so that when I change oil in the engine, all I have to do is open a little valve and drain the catch can with its oil, and so I can see how much comes out and all that. The 2 on the top -10 fittings are going to come from each of the valve covers. I have ports welded on the valve covers. One there without a cap on, that's a -10, and one here with it. That's tight. -10 line over across the top to these 2 fittings here. And then this, I'm going to put a little cone filter on the end here, just a short little filter to vent the air from the blow-by. And hopefully this will catch oil in this can. Moving to the interior, I have some updates. We bought a set of seats off of Facebook Marketplace for $60. I actually shot some footage going to get those the other night, so I will put that footage right here. Okay folks, we are headed to Fleetwood, Pennsylvania for a pair of bucket seats from an older Acura car. I needed a set of seats for the pickup, and since I'm not going to be able to use the bench seat with the shifter, and I was looking for a set. I'm talking to the camera about my seats that we're gonna go buy. Okay? We're gonna go buy some seats. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right now I don't have any seat ins. We can't sit in it.
Yeah, no, I feel horrible without seats.
Yeah, you gotta have a seat to sit on. So I was looking on Facebook Marketplace and I found a set of seats for $60. They're cloth and they're gray, out of an older Acura car. It doesn't say what kind of car it was out of. I don't think it was an RSX or anything. I think it might have been an older TL or a TSX maybe. But they look like they're in good shape. They're nothing fancy or anything, but they're cheap. And so that's what we're gonna be putting in this old truck. So it's gonna be budget. If I get tired of the seats, I can always wrap them in leather and do blue stitching or something on them to make them look nicer. But or get other ones too. So we are headed up to Fleetwood. We just left, and it's going to take about an hour drive. It's 6:04 right now, and it looks like we're going to be getting there around 7 o'clock if the traffic's not too heavy. So I got the beautiful ladies with me tonight. They're gonna help me look at the seats. Hey, we just loaded up the seats at the guy's place here in Fleetwood, and we're just leaving now. Thanks a lot to the bald guy from Jersey. So there we go. The bald guy from Jersey sold me a pair of seats for my Turbo C10 project. Woo! That's gonna be exciting to see those seats go in there. They're really comfortable. They're compact, small, light, and yeah, I can't wait to get them put in. So thanks again, man. That was nice meeting you. I also did order some carpet for the floor because my vinyl flooring is really bad shape. I have a big gaping hole where the original shifter was, and here is the shifter for the transmission now, the T56, and it's quite a bit back further, so I have to cover that hole up with sheet metal, and then I will carpet the whole interior. It's gonna make the interior look uniform in color. It's gonna look fresh and clean. It looks kind of like an old dumpy truck right now. Okay folks, we are getting ready to put the bed on the truck. My truck, it looks so good. That just looks so good. It's perfect. The ride height is perfect. All right guys, we got this bed on and it looks so good. So good. I got it on the jack stands on the front because I need to get underneath to put my coil relocation kit in. I got this, see that big thing just flopping in there. That's the original coils off of a pickup truck, I believe. And I just slid them up in there and plugged them in. I need to get the coils unbolted. Got the first one out here. And I numbered these, that way I don't forget. This is the driver's side. 1, 3, 5, and 7. So as long as I do not unplug these wires, I'll be able to plug this back in. All right, this is how I did the other side. I got the coil brackets mounted up onto a steel bracket that bolts to the frame up under the engine there. So they're basically going to end up right beside the engine block. Spark plug wires will flex as the engine moves in there. Just should be all right. I'm going to bolt this up in there, tie everything up in, and we should be good to go. Okay, hopefully my GoPro don't die. It's got a battery of 9% left on it. So we're done for the day. Ran up against a few things. My radiator hose I got put on. That just came in the mail today from Summit. So if you remember that squiggly one I had in here, this one is a lot nicer. It's got my sensor down there for the fans. Also got the coolant overflow from over there into here. And I was working at catch can lines and realized I was short on fittings. So I need to get a couple more fittings. The steam vent tube is this small line and it's going into this big 5/8 port. So I need to get an adapter or a heater hose with a fitting or something for that. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next video. Have a great night.